Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden messages in corporate filings. Get ready because NuScale Power might be asking for a lot more than just your attention. Today we're diving into a preliminary proxy statement that tells a story of growth, funding needs, and a significant request from shareholders. Imagine a company that needs a major cash infusion to fuel its ambitious plans. That is pretty much where NuScale is right now, and they need your permission to get it. NuScale Power Corporation is holding a special meeting of its stockholders to ask for approval on a really big change. This isn't a regular check-in on how things are going. This is about getting the green light for a significant increase in their authorized shares. Why? Because they need more flexibility to raise capital and fund their future operations. The main event here is Proposal 1. NuScale wants to almost double the number of Class A common stock shares they are allowed to issue. Right now they have 332 million shares authorized, but they want to bump that up to a massive 662 million shares. That is an extra 330 million shares. Think of it like a company wanting to print a lot more money, but instead of actual cash, it is more stock. So why the big ask? The company states they need this to ensure they have enough capital resources for their business plans and strategic initiatives. This could be for raising money through selling more stock, making acquisitions, forming partnerships, or even compensating their employees with stock. They frankly admit they have not yet commercialized their NuScale Power Module, or NPMs, and their operations have mainly been funded by net proceeds from selling stock and awards from the US Department of Energy. They expect to continue incurring losses in the short to medium term. So having the ability to issue more shares is critical for their survival and growth. Now this is where it gets interesting for stockholders. If this proposal passes, the board will have a lot more power. They can issue these new shares whenever they want without needing to ask shareholders for permission again for each individual issuance. This could potentially dilute existing shareholders. That means your ownership stake and your voting power could become a smaller percentage of the total company. It's like a pizza party. If more people show up, everyone gets a smaller slice. The company acknowledges this potential for dilution and also mentions that this could be used as an anti-takeover measure, though they quickly say that is not their intention. Let's look at who owns what right now. As of the 7th of November 2025, the company had about 278.6 million shares of Class A common stock and about 19.9 million shares of Class B common stock. A major player here is Fluor Corporation, owning a significant chunk, about 39.8% of Class A common stock and 2.3% of Class B common stock. They represent a large portion of the voting power. Then there is Japan NuScale Innovation LLC, holding a substantial amount of Class B common stock, about 97%. Even though Class B has less economic rights, it carries voting power. It's interesting to see these large stakes, especially from international entities, as NuScale looks to deploy its technology globally. The second proposal, Proposal 2, is essentially a backup plan. It asks for the authority to adjourn the meeting if there aren't enough votes to pass Proposal 1, or if a quorum isn't met. This gives them more time to convince shareholders and gather more yes votes. Unsurprisingly, the board of directors is recommending a for vote on both proposals. They really want shareholders to approve this increase in authorized shares. Now, for my take on NuScale's situation, they are clearly in a growth phase, and this request for more authorized shares is a clear signal that they anticipate needing significant capital going forward. Their situation is dependent on securing new contracts and funding to commercialize their technology, which is a high-risk, high-reward scenario. The move to dramatically increase authorized shares is a standard practice for companies in their position, but it does come with the inherent risk of dilution for existing shareholders. The substantial ownership by Fluor Corporation and the complex ownership of Japan NuScale Innovation LLC suggest a carefully managed shareholder base, but the ultimate success will hinge on their operational execution and their ability to secure those crucial contracts for their NPMs. The biggest risk here is whether they can actually convert their technology into revenue. If they can't generate sales and become profitable, all the authorized shares in the world won't help them long term. However, if their technology is as groundbreaking as they believe and they can navigate the regulatory and market challenges, this move for more shares could be a smart, albeit dilutive, step towards achieving their ambitious goals. So, what is my conclusion? NuScale is betting big on its future, and they are asking shareholders to give them the financial runway to make it happen. It is a classic gamble for high-growth companies with the potential for significant upside, but also the considerable risk of dilution and unproven commercialization. That's our decode of NuScale Power's preliminary proxy statement. What do you think about their request for more shares? Will you be voting yes or no? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown useful, give us a thumbs up, and if you don't want to miss out on future corporate deep dives, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to join our Discord community. Linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.